Hello, dear, and welcome back to Lunar Nebula Art on iOS, because this is Affinity Designer on iOS, with me, Jelenon. So we are going to go through the process of creating a thumbnail. I tried to do this with my desktop using OBS. OBS has problems with me and my Mac, apparently. So we're not doing that. We're going to do this instead. We go in, make a new document. You can find some web stuff that's pretty similar. I would suggest 1280 by 720 because you can't make files larger than 2 megabytes for YouTube thumbnails, at least when you have the amount of subscribers I have. I don't know if that changes, but yeah, 1280 by 720. I like having a higher dots per inch or pixels per inch or pixels, because that's how many pixels there will be per inch of the thumbnail. But I like 300 because that's also a quality that you could use for printing if you really like your thumbnail or if people really want to buy more of your stuff. I'm going to go ahead and make it RGB 16. Mainly, we just wanted an RGB. If you do want to print it later for stuff, usually you want it in CMYK. But yeah, the web likes RGB, so we're doing that. And of course, I'm keeping it this orientation because of how we've made everything. And we've got the transparent background and the artboard. Seems to work better on iOS that way. So yeah, for me, I want to make sure I catch people's eyes pretty quickly. So what we're going to do is make a quick rectangle. Then we go over here. We're going to make these dimensions the exact same. Boop. And 720. And then we can move it around to where we want it. It's right in the middle. We're going to give it a stroke. Let's give it something like a 4-point stroke. That way it's all the way around here. We're going to get rid of the middle color. Yoink. So now we've got that. And because you can put YouTube in dark mode now, I do like having a little bit of a white outline. I have noticed that with exporting from my computer, at least, that it kind of adds a white background sometimes, just automatically when I export as a JPEG. I do prefer JPEGs because that does keep the file size smaller, so less than 2 megabytes with this size. And hopefully that is helpful for you. Let me know in the comments below if this helped you. But yeah, we're going to make this maybe 2 points. And then we have kind of this white and black edge. So high contrast generally draws the eye. And so that is why I am trying to do that. And I think it is helpful. And we are going to make that a little bit bigger just in case that we export this as a JPEG and it adds a little bit more of a white background for some reason. But I'm still not quite certain of. I think on the desktop version sometimes it adds a little bit of a margin. And I've tried changing that up in the past and I was able to get rid of it in the past. But I actually ended up liking the look of it. So yes, you never know. Sometimes mistakes are success that you didn't know was going to happen. So I did make a new little avatar. I'm going to insert this guy in here. I'm also going to make sure that the stroke panel under advanced has scale with object. There we go. Because, okay, if we just zoom in here, okay, right now the stroke is keeping pretty good pace with the size of everything on here, right? Now let's imagine I didn't do that. So let's go back, get rid of scale with object. It will try to keep the stroke the same size regardless of everything else. So eventually it looks a little bit like that instead of like the normal version. Whereas if you have scale with object, it usually keeps it a little bit better. It may not be applying perfectly though, because you may need to go into your various groups and make sure each item has that selected as well. But yeah, eventually you kind of hit a point where the size will still affect things. But yeah, for now, this is going to be a hang out and chill avatar. Yep. All I had to do was use my normal avatar and basically just take the waving hand. So take this off, and that. There's the waving arm. I just repositioned that. And with the glass of water there, because water is the best drink and the healthiest. Booyah. That's right. I'm that kind of guy. Chill, watery, refreshing. So yeah, we got that. We have it on top of the border. I'm actually going to put him in between the borders. So it looks kind of like he's in there, but he's also out there. Twilight Zone. Okay, anyway. Moving on. I might give him more of an outer glow. Let's try to do 4 there. Okay, it's hard to see with the transparency stuff going on, so maybe we actually make a background now. We might. Yeah, why not? Okay, let's make a new vector layer. We can make a nice little gradient. Let's just make it this for now. Let's pull it behind everything else. Okay. Alright. So we've got that. I'm going to change the color just so that we can see it. Alright. Then we could do like a nice little gradient thing. And just remember, this lower right corner will have a timestamp on it, so that will block stuff you put in there. That's one reason why I put my little avatar in the bottom left. And then usually the title up here, and so on and so forth. So yeah. Okay, do I like how the outer glow is looking? Yeah, it works. Okay. It might be a little annoying. Let me know in the comments below. But once again, the main point of thumbnails is to draw the eye of potential viewers. So you want to make sure they look at it. It'd be better if you could make sure they looked at something that they think is beautiful, but hey, sometimes you'll click on the ugly stuff too, right? Oh dear. That's what? All publicity is good publicity is the idea there, maybe? I don't agree with that, but sometimes you just go with it. Alright, so we've got that. We're going to make our hang and chill. Text right there. What kind of font do we want to use? Now on iOS, it's a little annoying to try and highlight text. But there we go, we've got that. Once we've got it highlighted, I would like to be able to see my font choices, thank you. So I do like this new menu that pops out, but it does kind of block what you're looking at. So we can try Colonica, and rounded into bold. Academy engraved. We want to go with something chill, you know? I do like Arial rounded into bold. Hang and chill, because it's round, it's not sharp. You know, it feels a little cartoony. I like that. What do we have? Copper plate, maybe? No, that looks very formal. What's another idea? Yeah, you're kind of thinking shape design when you're looking at fonts. Is this... It's not quite round, but you kind of have the little... I mean, it's a sans serif font. Serif is just the little foots at the bottom that try to lead into the next letter. Usually you want a serif font, like here's a version. You can see at the bottom and the top of the H, how these little foot leading to the next letter, and a lot of them have that. The idea is it tries to force your eye to keep going towards the next letter and make you read. So if you want people to read something and pay attention more to that than the artwork, serif. If you want people to pay more attention to your artwork, sans serif. Or Comic Sans. And that's how it got so popular people started hating it. Because a lot of comics would use Comic Sans. Or sans serif, or without serif. So yeah. Hang and chill. Yeah, that looks more like a murder mystery. Nope. Not going with that. It's one of the problems with having too many options sometimes. Literata looks fun. Marker felt. Yeah, let's go with Hang and Chill Marker Felt font. Okay. And now for positioning. There we go. We can do that. I like, once again, trying to have a white background. So we're going to add... Or in a white outline, I should say. Still not sure if that's a good idea, but I do it. So we can do an outline effect. Let's have, radius of 2 for now. Make it white. And maybe that's too bright, too contrasty. So, I'll try to make it more of a bluish gray. Hang and chill. Just want it to be relaxed looking. Yeah, no. Or maybe we go straight up blue. We can swirl it around, see what we like. And it may be hard with the red in the background to really choose something we like. Well, this is another idea. We could go with this lighter blue and then make the font's color. We'll go back to our text tool, artistic text, and we'll make it more of this dark blue. It's closer to purple there. There we go. And then for our background, I am planning to use this with a gaming video potentially. So I would go find a still I've taken from DaVinci Resolve, which is the program I use to upload my footage. And then I'd right click on, I'd go to the color tab, right click on whichever area I have taken a still from, say export still. I'd save it as like SV122 if I was doing a Stardew Valley number 122. And then I pull that in and put it over this background. Also, you can make a little hammock for the words to be in. Why not? Little hammock. Okay, we're going to get rid of that fill. Little hammock. We want you to be coived. We could even have the words follow that line. I'm not great at knowing how to do that, but you can do that. I forget how. So we'd have to look that up. I think if I just tap on here, right? No, there's a way to combine the stroke with the text tool. Let's duplicate this real fast. No, that would be a clipping mask. Okay, and maybe it only really works on the desktop version? I don't know. There we go. So on this curve, but you know what? Let's duplicate the curve, since clearly it doesn't keep it around. There we go. Bang. And chill. Alright, and then we can maneuver this. Curve path text. Can we change the path after the fact? Let's find out together, if you will. We can. Alright. Nice. There we go. Let's copy this. Paste style. There we go. We have hang and chill. And then we can make more of a little hammock thing. Let's do this. And we can duplicate that. Make that a lot thinner. I'll try to duplicate. Okay. Trying to make a little. Well, you know what? I think maybe if we just do this. Try to make a little bit of a thingamabob. There we go. Clearly, this should be changed a bit. Okay. Well, let's try to maneuver this like that. Okay, and then we can kind of make a little web of a hammock. might need to move this around and stuff. I'm using 2 fingers and this tool to duplicate quickly. Let's try to maybe make this like that. Okay. So then we've got that going on. Alright. And then we'll group these together, duplicate that. Let's see if we can't do something like, yeah. There we go. Let me just make it the right size. Okay. And we'll duplicate this side and do the same thing over here. Okay. Alright, then it looks kind of like a little bit of a hammock. Then we've got a hang and chill sign. And we group all that together. And we can move it. Yay, hang and chill. Alright. So that is now a thing. You know what? We could make this look like an island background or something. Let's do this. Make this more of a sunset glow. Ooh. Yeah. Okay. I'm actually kind of liking the look of that. There we go. So, that's a possibility. We can do various things. Okay. So we've got this going on, and clearly we should probably look at an actual picture of a sunset. Sunset. Look it up. Okay. And then probably try to match those colors. Yeah. Like a smart person would do. There we go. And then, of course, these images are giant. These are stock photos. You can use them. And I think... Does it let me know who made it? It used to tell you, like, the actual photographer's name and stuff, I think. I thought it saved it as that, but... Okay, well, I'm not seeing it now, which depresses me. So, okay. Yeah, so clearly, let's add some more little transition points on our fill. Let's try to get this kind of bluish orangey color. There we go. And yeah. Do you want a yellowy color? No. That'll be fine. So yeah, there we go. It's not exactly the most subtle transition. And we do want some contrast between the orange and the blue up top. So we might just do some artistic license with that. I actually like it better, I think, just as pure orange. Feels less real, but that can sometimes be okay. Alright, now one other thing we could try to do. Let's do an outer shadow. Let's see what happens. Let's increase the radius. We're going to offset that. Now let's change the angle to about 315. That's usually the angle I have on the other ones, I think. Oh, it looks different. Weird. Because I like the angle going down and to the right, generally speaking. So I think 45 was where we wanted it. Fascinating. Intensity just shows how black that is, generally. How, well, I shouldn't say that. How sharp the edge is of the shadow. Because you decrease it and it's more blurred. Blends in better. So yeah, I think we want to do that. Do it more of an offset. Yeah, the more offset you do it, you get something like that. We want it kind of like this, I think. That makes it pop a little bit, makes it feel like it's above the picture, and then a light is shining down on it and into the thumbnail. So I like that effect. Yeah. I think we'll keep it like that. Whether or not we even keep this orange background, you know, we'll figure out after we see if we can go into, let's see, place image, I think. We'll do that. Let's try to import from the cloud. Okay, so I had to search through my personal Dropbox into my LNLLC gaming Dropbox, And now I can download this. There we go. And now we got this thing. So this will be our actual hangout and chill. Hang and chill. Alright. And then the question be, do we do something like this and then create a layer mask where I will take this rectangle if it'll let me. Come on, rectangle. Do what I want you to do. There we go. If I move it to the left and have it like this, we can actually coordinate, basically, what we can get out of this. Yeah, and if we wanted to, we could even add some transparency tools. So we're going to do that. Add a few more of these dots. We're going to change this opacity by going into the color section. We can change that to like not like that. We'll do, yeah, that's fine. We'll do that. And we can kind of mess with these a little bit. Get them where you want. Want a little bit more there. 75. Let's make this 75 as well. And then we'll figure it out a little bit better, I think. There we go. Nice. Okay. So we've got that. We could also try an elliptical instead. We want to move that. And it is funny that this is the central point. We could do make it look like that. So yeah, you can mess around with this, have some fun, but you can do some very cool things with Affinity Designer. I do like working with it. I think we'll do that for now. Alright. I don't have my little icon, so I will go ahead and pull that in. I'll add my little app icon later. It's easier to add on my desktop, so I will do that. And I'll put that in the top left, so it's obvious kind of which game we're doing, just in case people weren't sure. And then we've got this. Oh yeah. So we've got our white border. It's a little hard to see against this background, but it should be helpful against like a YouTube night mode. We've got kind of our hang and chill, where it kind of pops a little bit better because of that drop shadow. I don't do the drop shadow on my avatar because with the outer glow it looks a little weird. And I don't necessarily want the avatar to pop as much. I don't necessarily want that to be the thing people look at first. I would rather them look at the text and the actual content more first, and then maybe look at my avatar and be like, oh, it's this dude again. So that's kind of the way I think about it. And so we've got this going on. We can rename our artboard something. So like hang and chill thumb. We'll do that. Alright, and then we can go back to our layers. We have this selected. So if I wanted to change a few little things, but I liked this one just as a reference and I didn't want to ruin it, you can also duplicate that. You can set up a bunch of different thumbnails this way. That's usually what I do. We're going to go into our export persona. I'm going to select you. I'm going to check what this is. It's doing a PNG, so let's select not a PNG. There's my JPEG. Best quality, high quality. Let's do best quality. Go back to our slice options. We'll just click that arrow to the right of it. And now, should let me go into my Dropbox. Doesn't want me to go to my Dropbox. So, yeah. We'll do iCloud Drive, fine. Put it in Affinity Designer. Put it into, let's go with this one. I'm gaming. Alright, we'll do that. And it exported that single item, and we should be able to see if that worked. So, let's see. Import from cloud. We are going to go and browse. We're in our iCloud Drive. We can check Affinity Designer. We're looking for our Lunar Nebula Assets folder. There we are. Then Gaming. And there it is, Hang and Chill Thumb. So that should be just a JPEG. Voila. So now we have this, and we should be able to open that on a desktop or anything else where we can access our iCloud Drive. So that's pretty useful. And yeah, hopefully this video was useful to you, dear viewer, because useful should be a word. Yes, I think we all know this. Anyway, yeah, leave a like if you've enjoyed this. Subscribe to see more iOS videos and art videos and stuff. And I hope you have a great day. Share this video with a friend if you think they'll like it. Subscribe to see more. You know, enjoy life. I've got some other channels that I sort of plugged in this. Lunar Nebula Gaming, where I do iOS games and try to do reviews for parents as well. And I've also got a Lunar Nebula reading channel, where I try to go through books and reading as a hobby, and what are ebooks like, and what I like using. So yeah. Once again, have a great day, dear viewer.